Wu, who used to be a very famous YouTuber, used to make skits with his dad and make jokes about how Asian American parents see black people as criminals just for being black. Asian people are specifically taught to never marry outside of their race, but specifically not to date black folk, and that's really racist and needs to stop.
Yo, welcome. It's your man again, or a boy from Africa, Kenyan Beast. Welcome back to my YouTube space. By the way, I love you so much. If you are new here, just know I love you and consider subscribing to my YouTube space. If you are a returning subscriber, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I love you so much. Now, the video I'm going to do, there's this Asian American lady. She's calling out her race for doing some things to black people, and when he's saying some things, we talk about anti-blackness. You know, this lady, she talks about how racism towards black people is happening in Asian community or Asian American community. She is exposing the anti-blackness situation and activities, how it is happening in the Asian American community. And it's a very good video. This video, I want you to watch it because maybe you've watched it somewhere else, but my commentary is different because me too, I'm learning, and I saw it's a very good video for us, also as black people. Let's watch it and then we'll come back again and react.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today is part 2 of my 3-part series about unpacking anti-blackness in the United States. And if you're new to my channel, last week I posted part 1 of this series. Part 1 is a basic one-on-one conversation about how white supremacy operates in the US in order to maintain black people as second-class citizens. The next video in the series, which will come out next week, will be about Gone with the Wind. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I post new videos. But today is part 2, and today we're going to be talking about anti-blackness in the Asian American community.
Sorry, it's always really awkward talking to you guys after being gone for a while. Almost as awkward as my dad around my black friends. Hey Dad. Hey Mr. Wu. Is it cool if my friends stay over?
Of course. Yo, where's my gun at? At least you have the gun.
And don't worry, my dad has nothing against black people. He's just a little uncomfortable around you guys.
I post a lot on my channel about racism that Asian people face, but today I want to talk about the racism that Asian people take part in and perpetuate. Though I was adopted into a white family and grew up in a very white world, doesn't mean that I haven't seen anti-blackness at play. Quite to the contrary, actually. When I was younger, I was very invested in becoming Asian American. I took traditional Chinese dance classes with both Chinese American students and Chinese American adoptees. I was friends with a lot of Korean American kids who were mainly children of recent immigrants, and after I graduated high school, I took part in a few Asian American clubs at my college. And even though I'm still seen as whitewashed by the community due to the fact that I grew up white, I am still Asian, and not enough of us are speaking out in support of Black Lives Matter. And I think that's for a few reasons, which I'll get into at the end of this video. But first I want to talk about how Asian Americans benefit from white supremacy and use our proximity to whiteness in order to subjugate black people. And I've decided to structure this part of the video in a numbered list with 5 main points. So let's get started. So number 1, conditional whiteness. Asian Americans have benefited from white supremacy. Though Asian Americans face their own set of racist stereotypes and have their own racist history in this country, our mono-minority status given to us by white people is somewhat of a privilege. It means we don't get racially profiled by the police and that we can walk freely without someone calling the cops on us. For the most part, we're seen as non-threatening. However, as seen with COVID, our privilege is conditional. I said this in my COVID video, but there are so many Asian American people who for the first time were saying America is so racist and racism against Asian people in the US has been reawoken. Like, I don't think it was ever asleep. But that just goes to show how much white people have made us feel comfortable at the expense of black people. White people only treat Asian Americans better than black people, so we don't realize that they're full human beings. So that white people can create this culture war between us, so we Asian Americans don't empathize with their plight. And if you're an Asian American person who sees black people as thugs, congratulations. You've successfully been turned into Uncle Sam's puppet. So Asian America, here is your wake-up call. Stop trying to claim whiteness and stand with Black Lives Matter. So fuck Tou Thao, the Hmong immigrant who stood by and watched and let George Floyd be murdered. And do not stand in solidarity with him or any other Asian American right-wing pundit. I'm looking at you, Lauren Chen and Joey Gibson. So number 2, let's talk about colorism. Again, half black Asian kids have it really tough. They're similar to adoptees in a way in that they are never fully accepted by either community that raised them.
ちょっと簡単に教えてもらえますか？
アメリカと日本のハーフで、国籍はでも日本で、生まれてからずっと日本の学校。
なんか英語が上手だって思い込んで英語で話しかけてきたりとかしますか？
話しかけられることはそんなにないけど、話しかけたらノーイングリッシュとか言われたり
マイカちゃんがどこの出身だっていうふうに思うことが多いですか？
アメリカかアフリカ。なんか普通に学校でマイカってアメリカ出身なのって言われて、全然ここら辺だよって
地元だよ。
地元だよ。
However, they're specifically not welcome into the Asian community for being black. Kevin Wu, who used to be a very famous YouTuber, used to make skits with his dad and make jokes about how Asian American parents see black people as criminals just for being black. Asian people are specifically taught to never marry outside of their race, but specifically not to date black folk, and that's really racist and needs to stop. So number 3, anti-blackness and appropriation in the Asian American community. A few very well-known Asian American celebrities have gotten famous for using AAVE and popularizing this narrative that they come from the hood and that they're not like other Asians. Constance Wu, who played Jessica Huang on Fresh Off the Boat, was written to speak in AAVE and say things like, hell no. And not a single person on set, specifically an Asian person on set, thought that this could be racist. Awkwafina, who has been very quiet since the BLM protests started, has created this narrative for herself that she grew up on the streets and is ghetto and uses AAV so much that it's downright uncomfortable.
You're right. Damn straight I'm right. Stay clear, I'm always right. But you can't swerve. I'm not gonna swerve, not for her. You're not a chicken. You gonna roll up to that way and you gonna be like, fuck, bitch.
Eddie Huang also claims street cred, uses AAV, and heavily identifies with black culture even though he's not black. And lastly, the Jabberwockies, who are primarily made up of Asian members, won America's Best Dance Crew for their hip-hop routines. They have one black member, but they market themselves primarily as an Asian American group working to break the mono-minority stereotype. So why do Asian Americans feel this need to appropriate black culture? I think it boils down to 2 main reasons. 1. Asian kids use black culture as a way of acting out. To many Asian parents, the worst thing that they could possibly be perceived as is black, aka the bad minority group. Asian Americans are very invested in staying under the radar, being the good minority, and that basically means just being as white as possible. And this can be a very oppressive environment for some kids, so they choose Black culture as a way to act out because it'll make their parents the most angry, and it'll also help them shed the quiet and demure Asian stereotype. And let it be known that these stereotypes that some Asian people are so invested in breaking were created by white people. Just like how the stereotype that all Black people are loud doesn't exist in any way, shape, or form. So Eddie Wong and Aquafina, you are wasting your time. So the second reason why Asian American people love to appropriate Black culture is because they want to do what's cool. And like white people, to them, Black culture is the definition of cool. And yeah, Black culture is awesome, but it's not for you or for us, especially when the creators of Black cultural products are mainstreamed to be for everyone. And even worse is that the Black creators of these products and trends are never given their check and proper dues.
Sorry to say, but one thing I hate is when I'm watching a video, maybe a white person or an Asian or, other race are talking about Black people, and there is this statement they make that Black people are humans too. Black people are humans too. Who are we before? I don't know if you get it now, but this video is good. This lady is talking sense. She is talking sense, and I love her. I love her. Her name is Cheyenne Lin. She is a YouTuber, and talking about Black people or defending Black people is good. But white people are trying to tell Black people what they should do. On one way or the other, I get it offending. Not for everyone, not everyone is offended, but personally, I get it offending videos. I can't tell you what to do as a white person. That, so Black people, you need to do this so that you can stay like this. Okay, let's move. Asian people or Asian Americans or other races who are not Black, they try to be near white people to be cool. I'm a white man's friend. I'm a white or American friend. I'm cool. I don't like Black people. I like white people, so I'm cool. Now, I understand not all Asians, they don't or they love white people, but a lot of Asian people, they associate themselves with or they're friends to white people than Black people. And from this video, I have realized one thing. Older people, Asian, like 65 and above or 80 years old, they're the one who are teaching these younger Asians to be racist towards Black people. Okay? They're the one who are holding the key of racism. And the reason why these older people are the one who are being more racist towards Black people is because of how they were brought up. Because right now, the Asian kids and Black kids and white kids, they are mingling, they have internet, and they know a lot of things. But back then, the old Asian people, white people, they didn't know anything about internet. So it was hard for them to be educated more and more, And that's why I was saying Asian people or Asian Americans love white people more than they do to Black people. And these are more so older Asian Americans. You get what I'm saying? And the reason why this is happening is because of the influence of white supremacy. Let me tell you, my brother, white supremacy has caused a lot in this world. How they created this thing, how they built this white supremacy, how they installed it in the minds of the people, how they brainwashed it to the people, I even don't know. I even don't get it. For us to believe that white color is the best, for us to believe that any white person is the best, for us to believe that white person is the richest or they are the masters, it took time. That's why we usually talk about 500 years, 600 years. It took time. And I give it to you, white people. You played that role very well. Now, many Asian Americans or immigrants come or go to US and encounter a racial hierarchy where whiteness is positioned as the standard for success, power, and social acceptance. Some internalize this hierarchy and believe that proximity to whiteness lead to better opportunities. Now, Asian Americans, when they are going to America, they think being close to white people, it will make their life better in America. Even the Latinos who are brown skin, they think that being friends with the white people will give them a job easily, which is cool. It's cool, I get it. But don't you feel like you are betraying other people? Because when you are an Asian American and immigrant, you have gone to America, I know you found there was black people there, and black people have been complaining about this and this and this, but you, because you don't want to be around these black people, you will do what? Ignore the repercussions and the cautions and the warnings you have been given by these black folks because you just want to be a friend to white people. And that's why you see Latinos crying. That's why you see Asian American crying, saying that black people are right. They told us about this and this. And right now, it is eating them up slowly and slowly. But the Asian Americans love white people because of the influence of white supremacy. Another thing, Asian Americans have been portrayed as the model minority, like hardworking, disciplined, and law-abiding, in contrast to stereotypes about black Americans. These myths encourage some to align with white people while distancing themselves from black Americans or black struggles. Now, from this statement that I've just told you, I've learned one thing. Everyone fear black people. Positive or negative. Everyone is afraid of black people. Be it white people, be it Asian, be it Latinos, be it everyone. Why? It's because black people are the key to better life. Black people are the key of innovation, are the key of power. We'll talk about that some other time. And that's why in Asian America are going to America, they will be told these stereotypes about black people. Thieves, killers, thugs, criminals. They'll be told that you are hardworking, disciplined, law-abiding. So keep off these black folks. Keep off. Yeah. So Asian will align themselves with white people just to continue that white supremacy, because they have this advantage because of the color, at least brown. So black people are facing a lot of rejection from each and every corner because they are the best, okay? Another thing why Asian love white people more than black is because of the colonial and global influence. Many Asian countries experience Western colonism, which often imposed Eurocentric beauty standard and values. Some immigrants bring this influence with them, shaping their views on race and status. Another thing is media representation. How media is representing black people is different. They see black people as people of chaos because how the media has portrayed them. Now, these affect perceptions, especially among immigrants community and familiar with black culture, because when they go there to America, they already found black people there, but the media is portraying black people in a different way. So they will not associate with the black culture because of what they hear from the media. Another thing is a fear and stereotypes, what they are being told about black people, black narrative, have been spread to many Asian community, often without direct experience with black people. So you are being just told about these black people are like this, black people are like this, but they will not tell you what really these black people are doing, or they will not give you a chance to interact, or even you just have fear to interact with black people because of something you were told by the media. The relationship between Asian American and Black Americans need to be solid, because all of these groups are immigrants to these countries. Okay, they need to have solidarity because they have shared struggles. So I don't know what always blind their eyes to see that they do not have struggles, but both of them have shared struggles throughout the history. There have been moments of strong solidarity between Black and Asian community, but some few parents creating tension between these two races. This lady has just said all of it. She has put it out there, and she's good. But I've passed on the comment section. Some Black people are saying it is too late. We don't want to hear your sympathy. And personally, I think it's not time for this sympathy, because this sympathy is what has been taking us behind every day. I think Asian Americans and Black Americans, they need to have this strong relationship because of some number of things. One of the things that they have this shared struggle between them. Both of them are immigrants, and both of them are facing systematic racism. Both of them are facing discrimination and violence, police brutality, So strengthening their relationship will allow them to fight these injustices, racial profiling, and inequality rather than being divided. But I don't know why Asian Americans, they will choose to support the oppressor. They will choose to side with the oppressor rather than their own people. Black people, Asian people, Latinos people, or Latinos Americans, Asian Americans, and Black Americans, both of these people, they are having same problems in the States. Both of them. But some Asian, they hate on Black people. This lady has told you, mostly the older Asian people, they hate on Black people. But personally, I think it's because of that misconception and because of the white supremacy influence. It has played a bigger role in this. Another thing why Asian and Black Americans need to unite and to have this one peace and love and unity is because of the economic and political power. A strong coalition can lead to these minority groups to take over power. And when they take over power, that means that their generation wealth will, their economic status will, their political influence will thrive. So both communities face disparities in wealth. We know that, racial wealth gaps. Both communities face inequalities in housing, education, and by working together, they can advocate for better policies instead of them protesting and there's no one to talk for them. Solidarity in movement. Historically, Black Americans and Asian activities, Black American and Asian activists have supported each other historically. So few people, media misinterpretation or information, stereotypes is something that is being created in the middle here. But the real OGs, they know that they need to come together. And this will make these two groups, or the immigrants groups in the United States of America, to be at peace, because most of them are suffering. Most of them are going through a lot because of the health, education, name it. Wealth gap, racial wealth gap, segregation, discrimination. So they need this unity. They need this unity for real. So for those Asian people who they are seeing Black people as some set of other humans, it's bad. Don't forget to comment on this episode. Tell me what you think, okay? And we'll meet on the next episode. I think, I have another episode. We'll meet there. Until next time, peace be with you.